It's almost daily that I'm talking to traders, whether it be Traders Think Tank members or my own one-on-one clients who are trying trades that are way outside of their skill set. Now, usually this is going to be an intraday reversal type of trade. I call this like a bottom fishing type of trade. If you are constantly trying to grab the low in a stock or in the index, or you're constantly trying to short the high in a stock or an index and you're just getting steamrolled, that should tell you something. Number one, it should tell you to stop trading that setup because it is beyond where your current skill set is. Now, when these trades work, they can be incredibly profitable, but in order to find that one that works, you may be taking countless losses in order to get that one decent trade. It's just not worth it for a developing trader to continue to try and hammer on intraday reversal trades. And this led me to the thought that as a developing trader, as a new trader, there is definitely a hierarchy of setups that you need to be focusing on. Now, most traders, what they do is they come into the market. Maybe they've done some research and they kind of have a couple of ideas of strategies that they want to trade, but they're half-baked strategies. They're not a complete thing. They're focusing on a handful of things that they may have picked up online, that they may have picked up in books or whatever it may be, or maybe they actually took a course. The problem is that when you are trying multiple strategies at a single time, you're usually not isolating that individual strategy, and so you're not getting accurate data on how that strategy is performing. So if you are looking, as most traders do, at their end of day P&L and then judging yourself based on your P&L, which is an incorrect way to go about it, by the way, then you're going to have a faulty assumption about whether or not this strategy actually has merit or not. And so what you want to do is come into the market with one strategy. You want to be trading one approach and really master that approach until you can generate consistent cash flow. Now, this may take a couple of weeks. It may take a couple of months, depending on, number one, how often you can trade, and number two, how frequently you're seeing that setup. But this is the legitimate way to actually develop quick profitability. When we talk about path to profitability and what that looks like for a developing trader, the fastest way is actually going to feel like the slowest. Now, a lot of developing traders, they don't want to trade just one thing. And I know this to be factual because I experienced that myself. I didn't want to trade just one thing when I was coming up in my journey. But in all of the one-on-one clients that I've worked with, pretty much everyone does not want to just stick to one thing. They want to be looking for multiple setups. However, those that do progress the most quickly and that actually develop true profitability in the shortest amount of time, guess what they do? They focus on a singular setup and they develop mastery with that setup. And so there's definitely a hierarchy of different setups that you want to be focused on. If you are a developing trader, you want to be focusing on a pullback type of setup. That's going to be one of the easiest money plays to master. If you need some information or you need really a complete strategy to be following, I recommend you check out the 2-Hour Trader. But beyond that, focus on less. Less is definitely more in the markets. It's going to take you farther, faster than having all of these half-baked strategies, taking something from here, taking something from there, kind of trying to mesh them together. You're just going to have nothing concrete. It's not going to be a complete thing. Probably going to be missing some key components of each thing, and it's not going to generate the results that you are looking for. So if you find yourself struggling right now and you're trading multiple strategies, or you're trying, intraday reversals, something like that, and it's not working, take a step back, really look at what it is that you're doing. Number one, ask yourself, do I have a defined strategy? If not, that is step number one, get a defined strategy that you can then track. And then number two, if you do have defined strategies and you're trading multiple, pick one of those that you think is performing the best, stick to that for a few weeks, track the data on it, and see from that data set where your errors are and where you can amplify the edge from that setup. Hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Traders Think Tank. I'll see you guys in the next one.